I must thank everyone that came out to the 2 sessions that we had in the community. We overwhelmingly heard from a number of people that said it's important that you sustain and maintain the neighborhood parks. They're important to our community. Before you think of adding things on, you need to understand what the maintenance costs are and making sure that you are putting that in the budget as well. If you think you can get a grant for something and that the only cost to the city, let's just use the figure, it would be $200,000. We all know the long haul, it's not just $200,000. It is picking up the trash, it is maintaining a building, it is paying for water, it is all the things that you have to do. And we expect you to make sure, as good stewards of our money, that you're taking care of those things, that you are planning for that as part of the process. I think there's been a number of people that have been concerned over Sycamore driving range as an example. We spent, as your tax dollars, we meaning council, when we approved this, based on input from the community and the driving range in First Tee, $1 million of your millage money. It's been open for 2 years, and if First Tee does not take on the operation of the Sycamore driving range, then they're going to close it. No one wants to see $1 million of your tax dollars for 2 years and the doors closed. That makes no sense whatsoever. So we need to do a better job of making sure that anything that we're moving forward on, that we have a commitment, that we understand not just that it's only going to cost a few dollars more, but we understand what those dollars are, and that we write that into resolutions, that we hold other councils accountable to make sure that they budget and take care of those things. Based on those comments that came from the public, the Public Service Committee met today, and working with the facilitator that was part of the design group that took the master plan out there and met with neighborhood groups and things, they did add much stronger language that we take care of neighborhood parks, sustaining those, making sure that those are being maintained and taken care of. They also looked at taking some, moving some projects around and making sure that first we have a good plan before you fund a project, and making sure that you understand what that is. The sustainability of the river trail, and making sure that we're putting money aside for that. So Monday we will be having a public hearing on the final draft of master plan, and that should be, we hope, ready by Friday with that up online, so we can make sure people can see what the final draft is. And then we'll also be voting on it on Monday. Unfortunately, the sad part about it is sometimes getting the community participation puts us right up against the deadline, and because of some of the changes that happened in council meetings and having committee of the wholes instead of council meetings, this has to be passed by April 1st. And so in order, last week we couldn't have the public hearing because of, you go through these, whether it's a council meeting or whether it's a committee of the whole meeting. So unfortunately, or fortunately, we got out and got a lot of comments from the public, so we could incorporate those into the master plan. So we will have that up for a vote. And I do want to thank this neighborhood. They were quite vocal in coming and talking about what their concerns were and letting us know. I think, and I turn to Jason and Melissa, I think the entire group that was there at the South Side Community Center were really vehement about the fact that they wanted their neighborhood parks taken care of.
Yes. And I was also surprised, given that it wasn't stronger in the plan, since the meeting that I had attended, that came out very clearly in that one as
now I'm really pleased with that portion of it. Then, so, we